It's time to go balls deep.
The EA Sports College Football Headquarters podcast.
Hell yeah, everybody. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for checking out the Balls Deep podcast. Make sure you hit that like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever button that you have. Rate.
Yeah,
Gotta
rate.
rate. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell 3 friends.
Yeah. Tell them we can all go balls deep together.
Yeah.
Just like
Nothing-
when we were in high school.
Yeah, just don't make eye contact
Yeah, that's right.
during it. That's
yeah,
all.
that
Then
is
it gets weird.
It
Yeah,
does
so-
get weird.
Okay.
Yep.
What you got today, Al? What are we doing? man?
I got a sponsor.
You got a sponsor?
Yeah, dude. This
For
is
just the tip?
for just the tip. This is
Yeah.
one of my favorite new
Dude, I
sponsors.
got a good tip today. It's a life tip.
Do you remember who brought this sponsor to us? I know we got the sponsor turned on
Daniel
to us in
Snyder.
an email. I think it was Daniel,
Daniel
Snyder.
Snyder.
You're right. Thank you, Daniel
Hooked us up.
Snyder, for letting us know about Busted Nut Face Lotion. This episode of Balls Deep is sponsored by Busted Nut Face Lotion. No fillers, no preservatives, no additives. Just our nuts on your face.
Dude. I buy that stuff for my wife.
Yeah, I'll
she
bet.
loves
Yeah,
it.
she
Yeah,
does, dude.
she
I've heard
loves
that about her.
Yeah. She's cool with it. So
Yeah.
yeah. So hey,
It's good for you, dude.
yeah.
It gives you a nice complexion,
So-
tightens things up.
I got a
It's
tip
good for
you.
morale, too.
It is good for morale.
Okay, go for
So I got a tip. Okay, and this is a general tip for everybody. It's not video game related. Okay, so as a lot of you guys have heard, so I fight for fun, right? I train and I fight.
Oh, like here we are in Roll Room
Yeah,
Studios.
we're in Roll Room Studio,
Yeah,
right?
where you wrestle around with dudes.
But right, wrestling in the street, not really a good idea. Because other people can come up and kick you and things like that. It can be dangerous. I'm not saying
That's a
you
good
shouldn't,
point.
but it's dangerous, not to mention like taking somebody down on concrete.
Yeah.
Not very comfortable. You get hurt. Right.
Okay.
So this is the tip I have. Okay. So if it doesn't matter where you are, if you're in a bar or a football game or something, somebody wants to fight and there's no way out of it. My first tip is get the fuck away.
Sure.
Because fighting is dangerous and you
Yeah.
can get severely hurt. But if you cannot get away, if you have to fight, you have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
This is the lesson. Straight punches get home. Okay.
Oh, instead of like swinging your arm around like
Yeah.
in a big
So,
hook.
right?
Yeah.
The number one way to win a fight,
Uh-huh.
right, is jab cross, the 1-2.
The old onesie twosie.
Yeah, straight punches get home.
Okay.
Right? They land because you throw them straight at somebody's face. Okay.
Right.
And typically, most people, even people who think they can fight, can't fight. And most people, meaning most,
Yeah.
have never been punched in the face. Right.
Oh.
And so if you punch them in
Yeah.
their face,
I've been punched in the face.
right, they
but yeah.
tend to not know how to react. And if you punch them hard enough, they
Right.
tend to not want to fight anymore.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. Take the piss out of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with the only exception being crazy people
Right.
and drunk people who still think they can fight just as
Right.
much as they think they can dance. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So drunk people think they can fight as well as they can dance. And the
Right.
reality is they can't. So
No,
yeah,
they're wrong about
throw
both.
straight punches, right?
All
you don't
right.
have to throw many, just throw straight punches. That's it. That's
All
your tip.
right, dude. That's a good tip. Hopefully, I never get to
Yeah,
use that
yeah.
tip.
Hopefully nobody ever has to be in a fight, but if they do,
I don't think I fought since like 9th grade.
yeah. Not me. I've been in a lot of fights. So
Yeah.
Anyway, training and or recreationally.
All right. So for today's episode, we get to go back to the well. And a while back, you guys heard Anthony read from his novel, Go Fight Win.
Yeah.
And then you heard me read from my novel, Coach Raw.
Yeah.
And you've heard the intro, the birth of Coach Bot 3000.
Yep.
And then the first 2 chapters of
Yeah.
Coach
So if
Raw.
they listen to the birth of Coach Bot 3000,
Yep.
and then they listen to the episode Coach Raw,
Right.
and now this one, they'll be able to listen to all 3
Yeah, it'll be
in
like
a
a
row,
proper
and it's
audiobook.
like kind of audiobook. Yeah.
Right. And by the time we're done, it essentially will be an audio book.
Yeah, well,
of
hopefully
the
you'll
book.
have finished the book and sell that shit before
Well,
then.
this is
Otherwise,
a-
you're giving it away for free.
Right. This is definitely a good motivator to finish those last few chapters.
Yeah,
and bring the
before-
story,
before
we
we
get
read
to
it,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. You ready?
Dude, I love this story, man. So
Yeah, you guys should know that Anthony was essentially the co-author on this. Like
Yeah.
so many of these ideas came from conversations we had with each other. Some of the ways that he's punched up the story, helped to make it funny and more complete.
Just sitting around and talking about the story.
Yeah.
Even when, and then like, I know you'll take some ideas.
Yeah.
Then you go home and you're right.
Right.
And then
you see it back
and then I
when it's
see
kind
it
of been
back
brought to
when
life.
it's actually
right.
brought to life, dude. A lot of times, man, I've fucking laughed
Oh yeah.
so hard because of the conversation we had, but then seeing the finished product
Right.
when it kind of went through your, when you took it home and really sat down with it.
Right.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, so we left off at the end of chapter 2 where Coach Ra just got hired by Hatch at Utah A&M University.
Yes.
All right, so now we go on to chapter 3. It is early Sunday morning on the Celestial Plain, but for Ra and Baphomet, it is still late Saturday night. They've been partying into the evening, celebrating Ra's victory in his first game as head coach at Utah A&M. Like so many drunken nights, this one has ended at a Waffle House. Yes, they have those on the Celestial Plain.
One day we'll have to tell the story about us driving through Phoenix
yeah.
And going to the Waffle House.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's the place, man. That's where you end your drunk nights.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
So anyway, so it is on. Yes, they have those on the Celestial Plain. Would it really be heaven without a Waffle House? A server approaches their table and in a very casual manner asks, "What can I get for you two?" As is customary, Ra orders first. Eggs, waffles, hash browns, scattered, covered, and smothered. Baphomet follows up with his order. Same as the big winner here, but I want mine diced, peppered, topped, and covered. The server writes down the order on a small pad and walks off. Ra asks his friend, "Chili and jalapenos? Don't you worry about heartburn?" "Nah," bleats Baphomet, letting his goat half come through. "I can eat anything. And if your game tonight didn't give me heartburn, nothing will." Boise State was tough, but I came out on top, as it should be. Where do you think they'll build my new pyramid? Don't get ahead of yourself, Ra. You won on a last-second field goal, a kick that barely made it over the crossbar.
Did Baphomet have anything to do with that?
Hey, don't skip ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Ra's thinking the same way as you, because Ra's suddenly serious. "Oh, I get it. You're the god of the kicking game. You think you won that game for me. Maybe you helped nudge in that field goal, but I had to send the kicker in after that long punt return. I did that." Ra thumbs his chest in emphasis. "You did." A wry smile comes over Baphomet's face. "It sure was lucky the way that punt bounced right to your return man over in the corner away from the cover team." "You motherfucker, that was you too?" Ra's getting angry. "And the kickoff return for touchdown? Did you have your cloven hoof in that one?" Baphomet tries to defuse the situation. "Look, Ra, I'm rooting for you. I know you haven't had a lot go your way these last few millennia."
The last 2,000 years.
Well, I mean, really since the fall of the Egyptian religion, at least like 3,000 or 4,000 years.
It's been a long stretch.
But Baphomet ain't going to count those out. Yeah. So I want to see you happy. It's not often I get to help out a full-on god. Accept it and enjoy your victory. "You're right, buddy. It was nice to hear the crowd chanting my name after that kickoff return. Let's go, Ra. Let's go, Ra. Let's go, Ra. It's nice to be worshipped again." "You know your kick returner's name is Michael Robb, right?" Baphomet asked sheepishly, not just because he's a goat. "Let's go, Rob?" "I don't believe this. You're jealous. That's what this is. Because I stepped right in and had success and didn't have to take Templar dick and my goat ass for a little praise. You can't handle it." The server unceremoniously drops plates in front of Ra and Baphomet. Cool it, you two. We're trying to run a classy joint in here," she says with an unlit cigarette dangling from her bottom lip. "You're both pretty, okay? Feel better now?" She walks away to take her break. "I'm sorry, Ra. I'm sure you were responsible for the victory. I mean, you had to call the plays, right?" Ra recovers himself. Yes, I did. I told those players to run the ball, football them up good, and they went out and did it. This coaching shit is easy."
Yeah, football them up good.
"That's how you called your plays?" Baphomet is incredulous. "Did you even look at CoachBot 3000's playbook?" "I saw that binder he had in his office. Make that my office. It had all these crazy runes in it. X's and O's all over the pages, squiggly lines and T's everywhere. It was scribbled all over the whiteboards, too. He must have been trying to summon demons or something. Good thing they fired him." "If you didn't call the plays, then the team must have just run off what they had learned from CoachBot 3000. What preparation?" Baphomet says in amazement. "That robot is a mastermind." "Dude, what the fuck? Now you want to give my credit to a fucking robot? I've heard enough." Ra starts to rise from his seat. The cook yells from behind the counter. "That's enough, guys. Sit down." "Sit down, Ra," he shouts, pointing a big chef's knife, a lit cigarette bouncing in his lips. "Eat your shit, tip your waitress, and go home."
That's good advice.
Yeah, well, that's what you get at Waffle House.
Yeah.
You get life advice. Raw relents.
We should get them to do just a tip.
You're right.
The cook.
Yeah, with the lit cigarette.
Yeah, with the lit cigarette,
Of course.
so-
Just like in a real Waffle
Yeah,
House.
just like, very authentic.
Yeah, yeah. They strive for authenticity on the Celestial Plane.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, Raw relents. He's right. We're supposed to be here to celebrate. Thanks for your help with those kicks. I guess I owe you one. You owe me 2. You wouldn't even have the job if I didn't tell you about it. No, make that 3. Remember the time I played wingman so you could hook up with Minerva? She was a total smoke show. You owe me 3. Fine, I owe you 3. When you're right, you're right. Let me get one out of the way right now. Breakfast is on me. At Waffle House? Baphomet says, laughing. You think that counts for something? You should owe me a 4th just for suggesting this place. I've been in gas station bathrooms that have had a better atmosphere. Thus ends chapter 3.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It is, dude. It's fun.
It's banger.
All right, chapter.
You got more?
I do.
got
I do.
more? Oh.
I only got like 60 more chapters.
Oh, good.
All right.
Well, get to chapter 4 then.
I will. Chapter 4. All right, here we go.
Tuck the kids in at night, listening to Balls Deep.
That's right.
And
yeah,
the
this
story
is a
of
bedtime
Ra.
story.
This is a
yeah.
bedtime story.
Chapter 4. A week later, Ross stands at the 50-yard line of Beehive Stadium, arms raised in triumph, basking in his glory, reveling in the adulation and supplication of his adoring fans. It is 2 p.m. on Monday. The stadium is empty and has been for 41 hours. There you are. The Utah A&M Gold Diggers athletic director, Blake Hatch, has been looking for Ra for hours. Congratulations on your win Saturday. 4-1. That's the best start we've had in, heck, at least a decade. Ra is annoyed at this interruption. He will bask until he is damn good and ready to stop. My servants, he snaps. Why have you interrupted my reverie? Oh, sorry about that, Hatch says deferential. I was actually hoping to watch one of your practices. You know, see how things are going. What is this practice you speak of? You know, to get the team ready for the next game. Box drills? Hatch's rhetorical question is returned with a blank look. He tries again. Blocking? Tackling? New plays? Again, Ross stares at him blankly, seeming not to comprehend, as if Hatch is speaking an unknown tongue. He tries one more time. What time do you usually do Oklahoma drills? Those are my favorite. I don't know what those are, Ross says dismissively. The team practices ceremonial worship 3 times each day. You will need to release them from their study so they may worship in greater earnest. Behold, my mighty power must be supplicated. Ra begins to glow brightly, and he whips his finger around to point at Hatch. Kneel before me.
Dude, I love Ra. he's lit.
He is. He's lit. Yeah, because he's the son.
He's the son.
Hatch feels his knees get weak as he trembles in fear. He can actually feel a force pressing him downward, compelling him to the earth. He kneels. That's better, Ra says, but it doesn't mean as much when I have to make you do it. Hatch is now cowering, but he musters the courage to complain. This is not going the way I expected. You're telling me. I was led to believe that the worship would commence as soon as I showed up. Yet I've been here 2 weeks, and I have not seen a single statue erected in my honor. Getting more riled up. I've not had even a drop of blood poured at my feet. And this temple, Ra gestures around at Beehive Stadium. It's pathetic. Where are the elephants? Are you not the gold diggers? Where is the gold? I can't even get a decent parking space.
I love that part.
Hatch is now completely flooded in fear and confusion. This experience has beggared his mortal brain. I mean, he stammers, attempting to recover himself, attempting to explain. I mean, you're not really what I was expecting when I hired you. Forgive me for asking, Hatch begs, just shy of pissing himself. Are you God? Of course I'm a god, Ra booms. His body glows in blinding fury. I'm sorry. I understand the light. I can see your divinity, but what's with all the eye makeup? Without meaning to, Hatch finally asks, are you God, or just a god? Ra is deeply insulted. Just
As he should be.
Just a god? Who the fuck is this guy? Ra thinks. I am the highest god you will ever encounter. His voice shakes the ground. Who are you to question me? Hatch sees no way out. He shoots his shot. I'm sorry, but are you Elohim? Ra calms down. Elohim? He chuckles a little. The Mormon god? No, I am Ra, the mighty sun god of Egypt. Hatch starts to untense a little bit. Oh boy. He thinks for a moment, weighing his options. Well, it's too late to hire a new coach now. Do me a favor. If anybody asks, can you tell them you're Egyptus? Who the fuck is Egyptus? Good times. If any of you guys are familiar with Mormon history, Mormon culture, you'll know who Egyptus is.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That is good stuff. All right, I think we've got time for one more chapter.
You do? All right, cool.
All right,
We'll do one more.
chapter 5.
All right, go.
The following Sunday, Ra and Baphomet sit enjoying a casual breakfast at the interdimensional House of Pancakes. Between the two is a carafe of coffee and a tray of exotic syrups. Ra is clearly agitated. Oh, that was a real meaty burp. All right.
That is not in the story.
No, it's not.
Bonus content.
But you have to assume, between the Waffle House and all these other, now the House of Pancakes.
Yeah.
I feel like you lied to me, Ra complains to his friend. I am not getting worshipped. Far from it. When our quarterback threw that interception in the fourth quarter, I actually got booed. Booed. These fans are lucky I didn't incinerate the entire stadium. Look, buddy, Baphomet says, consoling. I never said coaching would be easy. I said that coaches are worshipped when they win. The team won their first 2 games with you, and that's fantastic, but they were bound to lose at some point. CoachBot 3000 was able to make the most of what they had, but the team just isn't that good. There you go, talking about that robot again. I coached those 2 games, and the team honored me with their victories. This loss is unacceptable. Ra thinks for a moment. I believe a sacrifice is in order.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a lineman. Their ample fat deposits would make for a lovely pyre. Get a hold of yourself, Ra. Even in Egypt, you weren't into human sacrifice. Don't try to act like you're invested in coaching. I know you were on the sidelines for this loss, but do you even know what the score was? The score of what? Ra says absently. He is lost in thought, contemplating the effect a human sacrifice would have on his team.
It might get them motivated.
Well, that's kind of what he's thinking. Yeah, exactly. The score of the game, you self-centered fuck.
That should be one of the things in the motivator archetype.
Yeah, human sacrifice. Yeah. You pick one of the players that you're going to cut, or I should say encourage to transfer. Yeah, I'm going to transfer you into this big old fiery pit.
Nice. Ooh,
the final score of the game, you self-centered fuck. Look, I know you're not actually coaching this team, but aren't you at least watching the game? Of course I'm watching, Ra responds, insulted. And it's really easy to see because of how sunny it is during the game. Mm-hmm. But does anybody thank old Ra for that?
No, they
Nope. Don't. Then he adds smugly, who's the self-centered one now? Still you, dude. Still you. Baphomet narrows his weird goat eyes at Ra. I'm your friend, for reasons I may never understand. We go way back. So I'm going to tell you the truth. The fuck robot won your first 2 games.
Fuck robot.
Ra is shocked.
That's a good line.
CoachBot 3000? He hasn't coached this team for over a month. How could he be responsible? I know. It's amazing, Baphomet says honestly. That robot is a bona fide football genius. He had that team coached up so well, they were able to win 2 games just coasting on what he taught them. Those are his wins. Baphomet leads in, adding import to what he's about to say. You're an imposter, trying to steal the glory that belongs to someone else. You're Neptune.
Oh, fucking low blow.
The last word lands like a punch to Ra's face. Neptune? Neptune? You heard me. Everybody knows Poseidon did all that shit, Baphomet explains. Poseidon controlled the seas. Poseidon had the bomb-ass trident. And then when the Greek civilization faded and Poseidon started losing all his followers, that dirty-ass Roman Neptune stepped in like it was all him. Maybe you'll get lucky, Ra. Somebody will name a planet after you too, and everybody will forget how you accomplished exactly nothing to earn all your praise. I did not come here to be insulted. I am here for pancakes, and my greatness is well established. Sure it is, Ra. Baphomet makes a jerking off motion. Look, if you want to win, you're going to have to put in some effort. Until then, get used to losing. And put that coffee down. Baphomet reaches across the table and takes the carafe from Ra's hand. Coffee is for closers only. The two finish their breakfast largely in silence. Ra does not have any more coffee. 2 weeks and 2 more losses later, Ra's leaving his office for the evening when he notices a little wooden box mounted to the wall outside his door. It has the word suggestions printed on it. He opens the box and he finds a handful of whole folded papers inside, which he immediately discards. What kind of idiot takes suggestions from humans? Ra thinks to himself. They have literally nothing of value to offer, except for their worship. This must have been put up by that fucking robot. Ra has a better idea. He puts his hands around the box and transforms it into a little limestone pyramid. The top can be tilted open, exposing a fist-sized chamber inside. Ra takes a Sharpie out of his pocket and marks the outside of the pyramid with a new inscription. Offerings. That's more like it. Now his players and anyone who happens by will have a convenient place to leave tribute. Jewelry, raw gold, burnt flesh, whatever they're moved to offer. Satisfied with his work, Ra heads outside. He finds himself aimlessly walking the streets of Logan, Utah. The Gold Diggers record stands at 4-4, and Ra feels like his plan for a return to greatness is falling apart.
I like that he's just aimlessly walking streets as the Egyptian sun god.
I know, right?
Through Logan, Utah.
Yeah, it's wild how things have changed.
I love it, dude. It's the imagery is amazing.
The team is still not practicing, unless one counts the thrice daily prostrations Ra forces his players to perform. The team's morale, after reaching an all-time climax under CoachBot 3000, has cratered under Ra's divine rule. Still unable to find decent parking, Ra is forced to walk down a dark alley to return to his car. He hears a strange robotic voice call to him from the shadows. "Hello, stranger. Beep bop, could I interest you in a Texas Twister?" I just realized that CoachBot's and Baphomet's voices are kind of similar.
That's
yeah,
okay.
whatever. I only got so many voices.
Yeah, you ain't fucking Rich Little over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
exactly.
yeah.
What? Ra says, startled. What was that? What did you say? He turns to see a silvery android, tarnished and dirty from wear, walking toward him from behind a dumpster. There is a distinct odor of stale semen. A hand job master. Texas Twister. Bop bleep. Best tugger you'll ever have. Guaranteed. Only $5. Make you holla. Blip bloop. Relieve your stress. Ra's taken aback, but he contemplates the offer. He has been... What's that?
It's not a bad offer.
Yeah, dude, $5?
$5, yeah.
He has been under a lot of stress lately. But a handy? Listen, robot, I've been around a long time, and I've gotten a lot of hand jobs. I got to third base with Aphrodite herself. How can you say this will be the best old-fashioned I've ever had? You will ejaculate 5 times, the robot replies. Boop, blip. This I have to see. You're on.
That's right. It's a fucking challenge.
3 minutes later, the walls of the alley are painted with 5 distinct blotches of supernatural baby batter.
Nice.
Ra's divine light has faded into a golden, relaxed glow. He reaches into the pocket of his tunic and hands the robot $5. That was fucking amazing. Blip beep. You were very pent up. I am glad I was able to help. It is what I was built for. Bleep bloop. What is it that has caused your stress, my master? It's this damn football team. They've been playing like shit these last few games. We've lost 3 straight. And now the athletic director and my best friend are telling me I have to run drills and develop a game plan. Ra can't believe he's opening up like this to a robot, of all things.
I like that he hasn't made the connection.
He has not. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm lost out there. If we don't find a way to beat UNLV next week, I don't know what I'll do. I have watched the games, the robot replies. Bop bleep. You will need to bring pressure from the defense's right side and start your quarterback with short passes in the middle of the field to help him develop a rhythm. Bop boop. You also need these. The robot hands Ra a few paper towels. There is man mustard on your tunic. Thank you, robot. I'll try that. Ra takes the paper towels and makes his way to the practice field. Awkwardly, like he's speaking a foreign language, Ra takes a chance on what the robot told him. Bring pressure from the right side, he implores his players. Pass it short, over the middle of the field. A player runs by and says automatically, Thanks, CoachBot. Oh. Holy shit, Ra thinks with the dawning realization of the identity of the sex robot. That handjob giving motherfucker tricked me.
Oh, that's so good.
Good
I tell you, dude, it's
times.
so good, man. I can't wait to see where the rest of this story goes. Oh, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I enjoy it. These episodes are a lot of fun for us. We get to share our creativity with you guys, get, a little bit further away from the game, give you guys kind of like just a break from what we might normally do. and, get to jump into our weird world of nerd shit that we do that kept us playing the game for fucking 10 years.
Yeah, because remember, this stemmed out of a way to just make our dynasty more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. This was
when we were playing NCAA 14 for like the 9th straight year.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do something.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what started these stories.
Right.
Is
and
like this
the
is
record
go ahead.
of like the record that Ra will have through here is based on the record that I had playing as Utah A&M.
Yeah,
or
sure.
It was Utah State.
It was Utah State was the proxy.
Right.
So but to me, that's what I think our listeners need to understand is that we're not just writing a story in this college football universe. This was literally how we kept playing the game during that huge drought when we just like, okay, I've played this game thousands of times. How can we make it more interesting? Well, I don't know. I'll come up with a coach and come up with a story, and that'll like kind of get me to the next game. It's like I want to know how the story's going to go.
Right.
So I'll keep playing.
Yeah. Back in the day, we used to have to do that with Tetris, but it didn't lend itself to this kind of storytelling.
No.
Yeah.
So, but that was good, man. Good stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank
dude,
you for reading
it's fun to read.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Do we have a sponsor for this?
We do.
Magical
Close
episode.
Things out. Yes, we do.
Can we get to it?
Yeah. Well, speaking of robots and jerking people off and things like that, our
dude.
sponsor is the Dildonic Institute of Southern Nevada.
Perfect.
Yeah, they picked the right episode to sponsor. The Dildonic Institute of Southern Nevada has been stretching the limits of science since 1963, probing deeply into the human sensory experience. From our humble beginnings in a garage in Pahrump, the dream began with little more than a repurposed tube sock and a hand crank egg beater. Now we're proud to offer the very latest in Dildonic technology. Visit our Las Vegas campus for a free tour of the laboratory or to become part of our exciting clinical trials. You're guaranteed to come again.
All right. Thank you so much to the Dildonic Institute. Thank you, Alan Gigax. Thank you, listeners, for staying with us. Hit that like and subscribe button. Reach out to us. Emails at reachballsdeep.com. I am Anthony Scafacci, and we are